Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I haven't been posting in a while. I know that content has been slow lately, but we're back. We're making content. I've got tons of ideas and more content's gonna be rolling out. But I thought I'd start out by answering your questions. There was a big follower growth just recently on Instagram and I wanted to pose questions to you. So I posted a video asking for your questions and you guys delivered. There's not a ton of questions, but there's a few. I'm gonna go through each and every one. Like I said, I'm gonna answer every single question. Say your username, I'll call you out, all that kind of stuff. Your first time being in a YouTube video might be right now. But I'm gonna answer all your questions just so that you guys can get to know me a little bit more before you subscribe, before you start to follow this journey. But it's gonna be fun, it's gonna be enjoying. If you keep hearing cars go by, it's because I'm sitting outside and I couldn't find my microphone. We'll have to make it work. So let's get into it. First question comes from my boy. This guy, he is my boy. We met on Instagram. We have not met in person yet, and I'm just waiting for the day that we do. But Kevin's day in the life. Go follow this boy. Especially if you like energy drinks, go follow this boy. He is my boy. Go follow this guy. So, Kevin's Day in the Life asked, what is your number one advice for being a young dad? And this question, it really got me thinking just about my kids and my experience I've had with them. And you know, there's a lot of things that I would share. But the biggest thing would be, there's a quote that comes to mind, and the quote will answer your question. But there's a quote by a influencer, entrepreneur, who says, being consistently good is always better than being occasionally great. As a father, you want to be consistent with how you discipline, with how present you are, with how loving you are. You want to be continually consistent in their life. That's consistent in how you are as a father, as how you provide, as how you take care of your health, as how you lead them in a relationship with the Lord. So be consistently good over occasionally great. You're never going to be perfect. You're never going to be 100% of the time the best dad in the world. You're going to make mistakes and own up to it. But be consistent. Be consistently good and consistently present and consistently well-disciplined. So that's my one advice for you, Kevin, is be consistent with them. Don't waver. Stay who you are. Stay grounded in your morals. And understand your values before you step into having kids. This is something I did not do. But understand, what are your values? And what does your family's value system look like? And teach that to your kids. Second question. Another of my boys. This guy's down in Idaho. He's one of my buddies. We've been friends for a while. We went to college together. Josh Horton, or Horton _ Josh, or no, Hosh _ Jordan, buddy. So Josh Horton, he's my boy. We've been buddies for a while. We don't talk as much as I wish we would, and that's not his fault. That's on me. But he asked a question. He said, "Can you buy me some energy drinks? I gotta stay caffeinated at work." I mean, fair, it is a question. Fair, it is a question. Sure, buddy, send me your address. I'll send you some energy drinks. Since you got me at this time, send me your address. I'll send you some energy drinks. But I'm picking. All right. Next one just came in this morning. It's by Aslego 316 or Aslego. I don't know. ASLEGO 316. And they asked, if you were able to, would you want to go full-time content creator? I mean, ideally, yes. I would love content to become the way my family is provided for. It would give me more time at home. It would give me more time to be able to kind of free up my schedule. I would love to do this full-time. I love filming. I love enjoying to learn new things. I really do love the enjoyment of making and filming and putting out content that helps other people. So yes, the answer to your question is yes, I would love this to become full-time, as my full-time job. So thank you for your question. Next one is Lois in Kaiser. She's one of my best friends. We've been best friends since little kids. It's his mom. That's who asked this question. What is your best landscaping tip? For many of you, if you didn't know, I work in landscaping. So I do mowing, trimming, blowing. I do all that kind of stuff. I do landscaping, maintenance, landscape construction. I do all the things. And what is your best landscaping tip? Well, there's a couple different ways to look at this. There's landscaping, like commercial landscaping, like me, like what I do. Then there's landscaping like personal at-home landscaping. So like what you would do or what your friends would do, like what you do at home, in your own home versus what I do in commercial landscaping. In commercial landscaping, it's keep moving. Keep moving. If you're weeding, don't just sit in one spot. Once you sit down, once you stop moving, you start to you just get slower and slower throughout the day. Even driving from one job to the next job gets really hard sometimes. If I could just stay on one property all day, it'd be the fastest, best day of work because I'm just constantly moving. And then from a personal aspect, I would say learn the plants that you have in your area. Learn what plants are indigenous. Learn what plants are invasive. Learn what plants are going to kill other plants, what plants you don't want, what plants you do want, what grows where, just so that you know, because somebody might want a palm tree here in Washington, and they'll do okay, but they're not going to do as good as they would in California. So I wouldn't recommend somebody getting a palm tree up here. So just know what kind of plants you do want, and understand what is not going to help that plant, and get rid of that other plant. Next question comes from Ronwin Katagna Denny. What is something your mom did in raising you that you want to pass on to your kids? This question's deep. As many of you know, maybe not all of you, but many of you know, my mom passed away about a little more than a year ago, to a 2-year battle of cancer. She lost the fight on this side of eternity, but she is with her Savior. She's in eternity now. What is one thing that she did? I think I'm going to go back to my one advice for Kevin. She was consistent. She was never wavering. She wasn't bipolar, as some would say. Like, we didn't know what she was going to act like one morning after another. She was just always consistent. She was always present. She was always loving. She would discipline when it was needed to, right then and there. And she was consistently loving and consistently there to listen. Even when I went on a year, almost 2 years of rebellion, where I didn't want to speak to her, where I didn't want anything to do with anybody in the family, she was consistent in loving me. She was consistent in being there for me. She was consistent in providing the right path to be in front of me. She never gave up on me, even though I was totally spitting in her face, metaphorically. She was consistently loving. And I'm so thankful we had the opportunity to turn things around at the end there, where I was able to have a good relationship with her before she went home to meet the Lord. So, as much as I love her and I miss her, she was consistent. And that's my one advice to you, Kevin, and all other young dads out there. Be consistently good over occasionally great. And this next question, I'm still really confused. I really am. I don't know. If you're watching this video, comment what you mean. But she just goes, she or him? Him, yeah, Oliver. Oliver Spranger, 7263, said bread or key. So I said, specify. And he goes, does bread taste better than key? Comment below if you know what he's talking about, because I'm so lost. I mean, I love bread. Banana bread is goated. Sourdough is goated. I don't know. I don't know what you mean by that. Like, DM me or comment below. What do you mean? I don't know. Yeah, let me know. The next one, Mr. Brilz, Brilz. said, what is your favorite part of being a content creator and the worst part? My favorite part is being able to connect with you guys. Like, being able to connect with the community is a real awesome thing. Connecting with community is such a cool experience. Being able to see where other people are coming from, seeing other perspectives people are coming from, seeing other paths of life and revenues and different things people are coming from. It's super, super cool. I love with people reaching out. If you ever want to have a conversation with me, DM me. My DMs are open. I'm always looking, and I'd love to have more conversation with you guys. But I love the community aspect of it. I really do. The worst part is the time it takes. Again, I've got 2 kids. I'm married. I'm 21. I'm a young guy, but the time it takes up time. It takes up a lot of time. I try and get all my filming done in the mornings before kids are awake. I try and get my editing done while I'm gone at work, like when I'm on my lunch breaks, when I'm on breaks. I try and get all my editing done, so I'm not editing while at home, but still, it just takes up time, dude. And that's probably the worst part. But, yeah. The next 2 questions from 2 different people kind of go hand in hand, but the first one is from Lil Kevin _2010. He goes, are you religious? And I thought about this question. My immediate answer would go, yes, I am a Christian. I'm a Christian. I'm under the religion of Christianity, which is true. It is. I don't like it when people say it's not a religion, it's a relationship, because it is religion. It is a religion. But I don't hold to, like, if you don't follow these religious laws or rules, then you are not following your religion. It is more of, Christ has called me to love my neighbor, to cherish those around me, to treat with kindness those around me, and that is who I am to be. I believe that Jesus Christ is the only way to heaven. I mean, that's what he says. Jesus says, I am the way, the truth, the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. So in that aspect, yes, I am religious, because I believe that Jesus Christ is the only way to salvation, the only way to eternity. And each one of you watching this, he wants your heart. He wants to save you from sin. But you have to accept him and receive him as King, as Lord of your life, and turn to him. Run to the Father. And understand that he is Lord of everything. The last question is from my other newfound friend of my wife for a long time. They grew up together. They were on a huge friend group. And then as I got married to her, we became buddies. And this is Isaiah Lovold _Lovold. What's the Lord teaching you in your current season of life? And that's the last question. We'll finish with that. What is the Lord teaching me in my current season of life? Patience. Long-suffering. And kindness. We get so caught up in the busyness of life that we overlook people closest to us and how they're doing. And I want to be patient. Everyone's path to faith is different. And not to press anything down anybody's throat. But patience. And I think even more than that, it's probably trust. Trusting that the Lord's plan is perfect. And even though it doesn't make sense, that his will is perfect. And that he will work all things together for good. Even though it doesn't make sense. So, thank you guys for asking questions. Thank you for it. I'm going to do this again soon. But we got a lot more content coming. I need to get another microphone so you guys can actually hear me next video. But got a lot more content coming. If you have any ideas for content, drop them in the comments. If you know what I mean by bread and key, drop that in the comment. I'm still baffled. I hope you enjoyed this video, just answering your questions. Follow me on Instagram at Noah B. Mallory. Subscribe here. We'll see you guys in the next video.